Hello everyone, welcome to Knowledge Hemispheres IP TV. This programme is called Know Wow. The programme is about bringing you within 2 to 3 minutes every few weeks some best practice in project management or management consultancy. It's an opportunity for our company to share with you skills that we've got, as well as get some experience from yourselves so that we can share it with other people. Now if you want to get hold of us, you can do that through our website, which is www.kh-2.com. That's Kilo Hotel 2.com. You can also email us at contactus@kh-2.com. I'm your host, Dr. Savi. I'm going to spend the next few minutes talking to you about a subject this week which is quite dear to my heart, which is customer service. Now there's many aspects of customer service that we can consider. One important one is known as customer complaints. Now it's interesting, if you look at the whole customer complaint situation, statistically it's been shown that 95% of organisations who can resolve customer complaints within the instance of them actually occurring will make sure that the customer will stay with them. What this implies is the need for a dynamic way to handle customer issues. We've actually got a white paper if you go to our website, which is www.k-wiki.com, and on that we've actually got a site paper which you can actually download, a white paper for free, called Managing Customer Complaints. It's important at the end of the day to consider there's a factor known as WOM, which is word of mouth. Now word of mouth is something where someone keeps telling somebody again and again about a problem that's actually occurred. And what that implies again is what I said before, is the importance of actually resolving the issue as fast as possible. Let's take a look at an example. In a situation once where a person was actually going out, and it happened to be a reporter unfortunately, on a particular reporting assignment. And what happened was they stopped off at a restaurant, which was a hamburger restaurant, and they took a hamburger, had their meal. Unfortunately the next day they were very, very sick. Now they must have been pretty sick because the next day they actually wrote an article about how bad that particular restaurant actually is. Now obviously the owner was very upset about this and actually contacted the journalist and said, well, what are you actually doing here? You're actually jeopardizing my business. He thought long and hard, the owner, about what he could actually do. Now there is a rule that says any publicity is good publicity. Unfortunately in this case it wasn't. What he did was quite clever. He actually spoke to the journalist and said, why don't you come back and we'll actually talk about what your issues were and what your problems were. An example of where someone's trying to resolve the issue as fast as possible. The situation was that he said, what we'll do is we'll kind of treat you well in the context of actually showing you a variety of menus. We'll show you the restaurant, the background of it, how our foods are prepared, and actually try to resolve the issue and make sure that you feel comfortable that there weren't any health issues. Once the journalist was happy, the actual restaurant owner decided to take out a special ad in the same newspaper. It was a classified. He said anybody coming through with the newspaper, with the particular voucher, would actually get a buy one, get one free. Now you could argue that's a marketing gimmick, but it's also two situations. One, making sure that the customer was actually satisfied at the end of the day. Secondly, opening up the situation where he had exposed in a bad way to a wider audience to make sure that people could take advantage of the fact that maybe he's now resolved the issue, or use it as a way of announcing new situations within the client base. In typical projects, what you might find is that customers tend to complain a lot about the fact there isn't progress. And one of the things we can do is talk about deliverables. I'll give you another example. If you're going to be auditing a website or auditing a customer premises, how does the customer know that at the end of the day they've actually had some work done? If you look at a floor, a building, and someone's come in over a weekend to actually look at and define what's actually there before they go off and do any more work in it. Say for example they're about to change all the computers. So what they'll do is they'll come in and count all the computers, count all the personal effects, count what's actually on the desks, and actually prepare it and put a big list together. Now unless of course the list is defined to start off with in terms of what's actually covered, unless at the end of the day we look at the structure of the document that's going to be delivered, unless at the end of the day we've got a predefined agreement about how long it's going to take to do the audit and the quality of the report that's going to appear, then the customer will not be satisfied with the deliverable. What will end up happening is a dissatisfied customer because the expectations have not been matched. So just to summarize, it's important to take advantage of defining a deliverable to make sure that customer complaints are limited. And if a customer complaint does occur, to actually work through the issue as fast as possible to resolve it, to make sure that everyone is happy. That's all for this week, and we'll see you very soon on Knowledge Hemispheres IPTV, and this is the program called No Wow.